some women who have been in one relationship since high school, and then they come out and they're in hell right now.
But is she gonna tell the dude that she's marrying? When I was 27,
No.
3 NBA players.
But would it matter to a man like you? How would you handle it? Would you be with a hoe?
No. But
to be thought of as fast when you weren't is crazy.
This is my own personal opinion. I 100% disagree. What kind of naive person you would have to be to think a woman doesn't have a past? The most naive person on earth to think a woman that you met at 28 years old, 25 years old, 31 years old, who's been probably since she was 17 or 18 years old, you really think you know what she was experiencing?
I don't think any women come to meet a man and say, hey, I'm a reformed hoe.
Right. No, I don't think so either. But I think a lot of times they'll pretend like because this is what I show and these are my accolades that you wouldn't even think that I was wilding out.
See, there's a difference though. There's a huge
and I believe
difference.
it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what the huge difference is. If you meet,
I gotta start this off saying that those pants are egregious. Let's continue.
A woman at 30, and she has a past, like she used to be a hoe, whatever. She used to do her thing, but through that period of time, she acquired some really good skills. Like she knows how to ride. She knows how to, she knows how to do certain things.
Like what? What do you mean?
Skills.
You said ride?
Ride or right?
Are you talking about?
Are you talking about sexually? Or are you talking about
sexual skills?
Okay.
You gotta say that.
Sexual skills.
Okay.
Like we're all in our heads.
We were talking about
She developed some really great sexual skills.
Yeah.
And she transferred those skills over to the marriage or the new relationship or whatever it is. It's an advantage to that guy. That's probably why he'll marry a hoe, because all those skills were developed and she knows what to do. But if you're a girl who's 30 and all niggas did is fuck you and that's it, they just wore you out throughout time, right?
Damn.
And you get into this marriage, of course you don't want to do shit. You wasn't doing shit when you was out there doing your thing.
What?
It's the same to me, whether she learned tricks or whether she just worn out in general and she don't want to do nothing. Most men still ain't gonna want that, especially if they find out. I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing what will make a man probably want to wife up a chick with a crazy past is her physicality. If she looks the part, her biggest asset is gonna be her assets. That's gonna be the main thing. If she looks the part, that man might concede on her past. But learning tricks in the bedroom, I don't care how much acrobatic things that you know, because I'm probably still gonna be doing most of the work anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Do you understand
Where
what I'm
did
trying
this
to
come
say?
from?
What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is that I think the guys who would marry a girl is because she actually is skillful in that room.
Okay.
I think
so she
that
comes
men
because
are
she's competitive in all fields, in all
Correct.
categories.
So she knows certain shit
right.
that
She's smart.
that he might have, it's something like, oh damn, my is on the damn.
So I'm educated, and I learned something from that nasty.
And if if he's a man who's over 30, he already knows she.
No.
Come on, any man.
Oh my.
Me and a woman in her who's over 30.
Hey, listen, this is what I hate about this couch. You think every man is you.
Sentence. What? Say what?
What kind of naive person you would have to be to think a woman doesn't have a past? And you will never know that past.
You gotta be honest. In modern times, I think the past conversation is definitely coming up because women are the most loose they've ever been in time. So it's just more open to have a lot of continuous hookup sex. I mean, people hooking up all the time. Chicks is out here getting hit. Just being honest. So that would be the biggest factor in today's society.
Be the most naive person on earth to think a woman that you met at 28 years old, 25 years old, 31 years old, who's been probably since she was 17 or 18 years old, and met you 9 years later, in that gap, you really think you know what she was experiencing?
So are you saying all women have an extreme past?
Not all women, but
that's what I'm saying. You cannot say.
Well, the numbers ain't favorable to majority of women. That's the sad part now, because now, like I said, the good girls are mixed in with the bad girls. It's a melting pot. So you're going to run into a lot of chicks that have been out there busting it. Granted, some aren't, but there's still a lot where the culture is being pushed for women to do it, and some are actually taking that candy out the jar and saying, you know what, I'm going to experience me. I'm going to enjoy my freedom. That's what's going on.
Yeah, sis. You cannot say that about in general with anyone that we meet. Like at the end of the day, I know you love your data and your research, but
And he
we
has none of
literally
that.
know.
He's just flying at the gums.
Yeah, because I know some
just
women who
talking.
have been in one relationship since high school, and then they come out and they're in hell right now in the dating scene.
Are they in hell?
Oh, they're going through it. They hate the whole thing. One of my close friends was with the same man since we were in high school. And now if she dates someone else, they just automatically expect she's one of these. And she's not.
No.
So how do
There
they?
has to be like other traits that would possibly make somebody think that she is something else than what she thinks she is. Like, you got to think about it. How people present themselves, their attitude, that matters a lot.
Not know. Like, what does she do that's different?
I don't think that people really like. I think that you're voicing something that maybe people don't voice often. But I don't know. I really don't know, because I know some women who don't really have, like a lot of experience, or maybe it's not even the experience. It's really just that they weren't fast. But to be thought of as fast when you weren't is crazy.
But it doesn't even really matter when you think about it, because if she's coming from a long-term relationship, she's gonna have long-term relationship demands for niggas that she don't know.
What do you mean by that?
She's coming from a long-term relationship, so she's looking for another long-term relationship, right?
Who knows?
Maybe
Not
not.
necessarily.
Why would
You're
you think that?
traumatized.
Okay.
Or
Who wants
like
to settle down?
you
after
don't
all
know
that?
what it is to just be easygoing.
I think when they get out there, it's only the guys that they really like. They were willing to make that type of decision on. But the ones they just having fun with, I think a lot of them chicks, when they come out of long-term relationships, they just want to have fun. A lot of them don't want they feel like they're getting handcuffs put back on them. Just being honest, they want to experience the world for a little while until it gets tiring, and then they want to hop back and get into the serious relationship. That's usually how it goes.
Right.
Maybe she just wants
Sometimes people just want their back broke.
maybe this is when the situation is the end
I'm
goal.
a Christian. I'm just saying.
So why is she mad when she's getting out in the streets then?
What? What do you what?
You just said that she's going through a hard time dating.
Just because dating now is different. We're talking about high school. No cell phones, no social media. Now people are meeting via social media and they're playing games and they have many options. So now it's just like, dude, what are we? And they have wives or they have girlfriends. Everybody has baggage now. Back in the day, it was just like, oh, you want to be my girlfriend?
How far back we going? Because you got to think about it. A lot of the 30-year-olds now, they had cell phones in high school. They may not be as advanced as we have them now, but you still have flip phones. You can still call, text, the whole nine. Now, social media was just up and coming. Like, I'm talking about more from my experience. I graduated in 2009. So YouTube was like right on this like beginning phases, like 2007, 8 or whatnot. So I mean, we still had all these other platforms, like y'all remember MySpace, and it was a few others that was going on during that time period.
Yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. Now we together you know what I'm saying? But now it's just like, what's going on here? That's crazy.
Are you basically saying that men don't believe that women don't have a past?
Yeah, I think that men
Was that
think
what you
all
were?
women. That's
Because
it
what
sounds
I'm
like.
saying is
I'm
like
trying to figure it
this
out.
woman speaking is an extreme, right? And he found out.
Mm-hmm.
But how many? Let's just say hypothetically, in a small city with 1,000 people, small city, and out of those 1,000 people, 500 of those are women. Out of those 500 women in that small city, 10% got trains ran on them. That's 50 women.
Okay.
We don't know which ones are. It's 500 of them, 50 got trains ran on them. Let's say all 500 women in that city all got married. All 500 got married. Do you think the nigga is ever going to know which 50 it is?
Yeah, because men talk.
Yeah, you could ask deductive questions like, did you go to college?
What college you went to? Who was your friends?
Yeah, there's questions you can ask, and if she's
Because
being
it's
honest,
not like all 50 of them are like a secret. Some people know. There was how many people in that room
yeah, and
when the
then,
train was going on?
and then some of the 500 men are going to talk, and you're going to know some of the 500 men, so the word's going to get around town, and
I completely
Based on who
hear
you
about it.
friends with, where you went to
I-
school, you can put 2 and 2 together and know who was in that room.
For
Jada.
sure.
I mean, I
look-
can always change my
Look at
life.
Instagram. Instagram, you could see mutuals.
I'm good everywhere.
So
I'm
it's
gonna
very
tell
simple.
you- I'm gonna tell you personally, this is my own personal opinion. I 100% disagree. I've seen rooms that I've seen things, and I'm like, oh wow,
Sex parties.
whatever the parties, not sex parties.
This is getting kind of crazy now. I'm gonna be honest. The past matters, man. And when it comes down to the city that you locate, a woman can easily start her life back over. Just being honest, she can move to another side of town. But that's why the things that you do, it really does matter, because you don't want it to be so traceable to where it gets back. I'm gonna be honest. Certain things, if you are gonna have a chaotic past, you better keep that to yourself, and you better try and cleanse it from everywhere. But it's not gonna be possible, most likely, because it's probably gonna be embedded into your soul.
I've never been to no, but I've seen so many things in so many rooms, and I'm like, wow, this is really happening. Move forward. She's good. She's settled. Whoever she's settled with, she's not gonna. And these things happen. Sometimes they just happen in the night. It's not like necessarily planned. You see what I'm saying?
What
It could
happens
be-
in the night?
It could be a group of girls and her friends. They hanging out. They end up linking up with some basketball players. Basketball players
yeah.
said, "Oh, let's all go do this." They partying all night. We're gonna hang out in the suite tonight. The suite turns into a fucking big ass party. That night never happened. She's gonna wake up in the morning like it never happened. She's not repeating that. And
Or-
then
Or she might have enjoyed it, and that could be her new
Boo.
her new lifestyle.
Or her new,
that one
situation.
is probably more interesting.
And it's so. And what
Not
about for
everyone
the
has the same mindset.
yeah? Like some women could, or won't say women. Some people can just do like a one time thing and it not affect the rest of their life to where like, oh, now I'm a hoe. Go down the hoe street.
She had fun that night.
Now, once you go down that road, yeah, you're going to get stamped, especially if they find out about it. I don't think you really can peel back that layer to say that you're not that. I'm gonna say the biggest thing is just don't let the person find out. That's going to be the main thing. But if it gets out, you're going to be labeled as a hoe.
It's over. That's what I'm trying to say. She had a good time that night.
Yeah.
And she didn't do it ever again, or she didn't feel like she had the need to do it again. But is she gonna tell the dude that she's marrying, when I was 27,
No.
3 NBA players?
But would it matter
Oh, is
to a
that
man
around
like
room
you?
to
A
room?
man like you doesn't matter.
It
Because we don't
does.
really get to know a
man
man,
like
like,
who?
you, Alan. What would
does
you
that mean?
feel?
Yeah,
It matters
Alan.
to me.
Because Alan always has these very specific ways that he articulates his thoughts. So it's like, are these your thoughts and this is how you would handle
No,
it?
this is my
How would you handle
this
it?
is-
Would you be with a hoe?
no. This is N-O.
Okay,
No.
but how would you find
So
out?
the train makes her a hoe.
She's 100% a hoe. She got a train ran on her.
Exactly.
The mentality's already cooked at that point. Now, I do believe that what I do not know will not hurt me. So, if I'm in a situation, if everything checks out fine and I don't know, it is what it is. It's just one of them things. But if there's any inclination, you got bad habits, certain things I see, that's when I need to go ahead and break that thing off and leave. But sometimes people open doors up when things are still fine. That's almost like self-sabotaging at that point.
You just said, anybody heard what he just said?
It's just a night.
Exactly. Because that is literally what you just said 30 seconds ago,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
20 seconds ago.
He's so judgy.
And now she's 100% a hoe.
100%.
What I'm saying
This
is,
is
Yo, no,
why-
you're sick.
You're sick.
what I'm trying to say is this. This is even harsher.
He be up here lying, y'all.
All right.
Like,
All right.
he doesn't know what he wants to say.
I'm
He's
gonna
just
say
lying
this.
through
This
his
is the
teeth.
harsh part. The truth as a man, you just gotta accept that you won't know.
So it's okay to be with a hoe.
You don't know.
Okay, so it's cool.
Right?
Do you want to know?
Nah, don't.
If you had the option,
I,
would you?
yeah, I want to
wanna
know. I do. I want to know.
You'd rather know? You'd rather her tell you, or you'd rather find out?
If I find out, if she tells me, it's kind of like the same for me.
Okay.
But I want to know.
Yeah, if I'm about to date somebody early in a relationship, for sure, we can go ahead and talk about some of these things and whatnot. Or if you just happen to go into, you will just kind of know sometimes, like just off of how somebody moves. It's going to be dependent on the type of guy you are. Some guys want to ask, some guys won't ask. But I'll tell you this, most of these type of females, they can't hide that type of behavior, just being honest. It's going to show itself in other ways, whether she's spoiled, whether she bougie. You'll just see some of these attributes on, do she ask for things to try and get away? all these type of things without actually having to ask. If you want to ask, cool, but I understand why you should want to know. But if I'm already in a long-term relationship, it probably is what it is. What I don't know won't hurt me.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
If with you knowing, if she says, "Hey, this happened 10 years ago,"
Are you cooked?
that
Then
change
I gotta
anything?
figure it out. But I gotta move I have to move according to the information that I have.
My
Now,
thing
if she tell me she cooked, just being honest.
is, why
I think we talked
why
about
are we
something like
talking
this.
about this?
No,
She
we
got
had
a
a.
train ran
No,
on her.
no. I mean, like in a relationship, why am I randomly bringing up a sexual act that I've had 10 years ago to my
You're
partner?
not. That's what I'm saying. When I was a kid, you know what my dad used to tell me? When I was a kid, I was 12, 13 years old. You know what my dad used to tell me?
No.
He said, trying to find out what a woman did before you is like taking a machete and slicing the river and trying to figure out where the cut is at.
He told you that at 12 years old?
Yes.
That's real.
My dad used to talk to me about, my pops used to talk to me about sex and women
This is why he talks the way he
since I
talks.
was a kid.
Your dad annoys me right now because he's the reason.
Yo,
Sometimes I'll be like, Alan, what?
yo, I'm just telling you. So the truth is wrong. You're not gonna know, bro.
I'm not the type to ask. I don't care.
Exactly.
That's
Who's
what I was asking.
So you
Yeah.
don't want
He's the type of man that's gonna ask.
I'm not gonna ask.
Yes, you are.
I don't do the bodies
rather
thing.
know.
But
if
you're
you tell me.
uncomfortable in
I
a
was about to say,
relationship with
Yeah,
someone
I-
guys
if you suspect
that ask the
anything.
body count,
No,
same.
I understand where he coming from. Like, he wouldn't ask, but he would still want to know. But he just got boundaries because nobody still want to know that they chick, had a stuff ran on him. That's crazy as hell.
thing.
If I suspect it,
If you suspect something, you're gonna start asking questions.
yeah. And then if you give me the answer,
And you look like you might slap. I was like, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Now I'm a pimp.
No,
I said, did you?
no, I don't do the body count. I don't care who you've been with. Like you with me now. Well, I'm not gonna remind you of your
Why can't-
past. And if
Just get tested.
wait,
Is it
I
tight?
mean, you're supposed Jesus.
No, real talk. That's why I say you'll know. All that stuff matters. Depending on like the condition of it, you'll be able to get the signs.
That is important, but also that don't really matter. I don't see the why do men get with why do men get with women and like bring up another man? That's really weird to me.
What's
You know what I think the whole argument is wrong, honestly? Let me tell you what the argument is, in my opinion. I think a man wants to know, it's two. Are you easy or are you sexual? Because it's not the same thing. Because a man can respect a woman who's sexual. Because she owns her sexuality. She's like, yeah, I'm into that shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. The other one is, oh, niggas fuck me so many times. Now I'm like, damn, niggas fuck you that much?
That's crazy.
Like, do you really want to be with a bro?
Says
With a
no
woman like
girl
that?
ever. Niggas
right?
so many times.
Even imagine this. I got my coochie ran
is
through.
going-
Hold up now. We in 2026. Women are a lot more comfortable telling they sexual past. And that's the thing about it. If she even telling you that stuff, she might not even like you like that anyway, because she probably telling you this stuff just really testing your temperament. So if she is, I think it's best to walk away at that point. You don't want to linger on behind that unless you're just trying to maybe just bust it down if it's not something serious or whatnot. But still, it's one of them things where you got to still think about the type of chick you want around you. You know what I'm saying? That energy still might not be conducive just to be around.
on here
My coochie barely works. It's to the floor.
Barely work.
because I had
You've
how
never-
many
so
bodies?
You never.
Never what?
You, you never
What do you take me as?
I've asked this. If you could take back some bodies, how many would you take? You already know the answers. The whole is I'll take back all them.
I would be a virgin.
Damn.
Okay.
I would do it God's way. I don't know what. I wouldn't want to know what sex feels like.
How many
Nothing.
bodies would you take back? You would take back a few bodies, right?
All of them.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Every last one.
Wow.
Goodbye, Prince. It's like, I'm joking. I'm just joking. That's my son's name.
Damn, she said goodbye to her son. This woman trying to restart her whole past. That's interesting.
Tell anybody I said that. Delete it.
That's horrible.
I was losing in my head, but then you wouldn't have a child.
I was thinking that.
That's
She
crazy.
didn't even give me a chance to
Yes, she
say
did.
that.
I was
She
like-
said goodbye.
I said, oh my God. She realizes.
humor-
I wonder if a lot of chicks really feel like, bro, I'll be honest, I think a lot of chicks do feel like that. Some of them kids that they got, they like, nah, I'm okay with restarting all over again.
It's too dark. Oh my God, they're
Would
going to
you take
cancel me.
anybody's
It's
back?
dark.
I would. Mm-hmm.
right?
but not all of them. They were
Everybody
good.
gotta go fresh start.
Just 2. They got
Right? So think about that for a second. If there was another woman who is very sexually liberated, and she's into that, she'd be like, no, I probably more. There are women that said I should have been more because they're more into that sexual. That's different to me. That's not a hoe.
The more you know as
Because
a woman,
she's into that.
you're
dangerous.
creating like a difference. Like you're trying to be like sexual, hoe, whatever. But you just made that up right now. And if you asked him that an hour ago,
yeah, or everything's whore. What happened?
And also,
Oh
No,
my
we
God.
try all the time.
To me, if the definition, at least to me, Rome, I don't know if you agree. To me, the only, and man or woman, the definition to me of a hoe is just somebody who is too easy.
Can't say no to the whole.
They're just
I
so
remember we had a guest, and this might be your way of thinking, but I know that this is not all men's way of thinking. We had a guest. It was a man. I don't remember who, what. Actually, we just talked about who this was maybe like a week ago. We were talking about a girl being sexual, like, and him not really wanting to wife her because of that. You know what guest I'm talking about? We had a whole conversation. He was just like, oh no, like if she sucked my dick too good, I'm not wifing her because that means
Is he from Long Island?
yes, we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
mad.
it was like, that's a little
did you want bad
that's a
head?
little confusing.
I don't
That's a
understand.
little
You wanna
confusing
know?
because
Shit.
like
Most guys still want their woman to be a little bit more simple. Just being honest, when it comes down to wifey or the mother, like we talking about, some guys want to put that woman in more of like a simplicity. Now I know guys always say they want this freak and everything, you know, doing all this extra stuff. I understand all that. If she can listen and follow those instructions, cool. But just off the rip in meeting her, if she doing all type of tricks and she just like extreme type of sex, that will turn a lot of guys off to say like, where you learn all this from? Where you get this from? Like, we just be honest, y'all. We a lot more simplistic sometimes. We appreciate that. Usually only when we kind of trying to tell her to, hey, do this and do that, then that's cool. But if she already come equipped with it, it's kind of crazy.
aren't you proud that you're getting good sexual activity from this person that you like, that you're dating? Like you're counting her out because she's good at something.
I think it might. I think I'm assuming what he was saying is like maybe,
Superhead.
yeah.
If you're
Throw it in,
superhead,
and
like,
it's
whoa, where'd you learn
shit.
that?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But but
I'm
when you're
saying
into
head as an
sex-
example, but he was talking about being too
Right.
sexual.
when you're into sex, you're doing stuff and you don't even know what you're doing. You're just so into it. It's just like, I want to eat this whole thing.
Straight tweaking.
It's not like I've eaten a whole thing before, but it's just like today, I want the foot long sub.
What's going on?
We gotta delete that.
No, that's
It's like
Overly sexual female can be problematic though. If you got a chick who's like overly sexual, you gonna cook yourself because she gonna still want it when you probably can't compete no more. If you're in the realm of she done told you she a nympho or something, you might want to run because there's no way you're gonna be able to keep stimulating her just alone on your own. If you feel like you can, cool. But a lot of guys don't even want to have to deal with that type of nympho headache.
I'd be darned if I'm judged for something that I only did I just learned this with you.
And wouldn't
I
it
was
be
excited.
What?
No, not always. I'm just saying.
no,
Oh my
no.
God, not always.
You
But
get
have you
what
ever
she's
been
saying.
really
Sometimes
excited?
it's just going. So it's
Yeah.
going really well, and she ain't never hit it on that level before.
Never. And
This
I
is
might
her
just do a
first
jump
time.
in the air and land on it because today I'm having a good time. And you might be like, oh, she be jumping on D like this?
She jumped before. She did that before.
Yeah, I'm about to stop it because this is going somewhere I don't need to go at. The jumping and all this extra things, the conversation ain't conversating no more. Past does matter. You're not gonna be able to control everybody's past. You know, you're not gonna know everything. It's just, and then when it gets down to when you start dating at certain ages, you gotta be self-aware to understand that people already done had a past. Probably you dating at 40 and 50 years old. They've already lived a life, a multiple at that point. So you got to just understand the characteristics and the traits that people bring to you and see if it's valuable enough to keep into your life. And if you know, you'll see all the things you might like and appreciate from somebody. It's really not that hard on that level when it comes down to dissecting someone once you meet them. Now, if you start asking that question, well, what you did with this? Have you? Well, how many guys? Or what's your preference? What type of guys? Now, once you start opening Pandora's box in multiple categories, you might get your feelings hurt. Because sometimes us as guys, there is a self-esteem issue when it comes down to if guys were larger and they had sex better, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. You might not be the one that was the best in that category. You just got to be the best for that time period, the period that you in, and you got to move accordingly. You know, like I said, what I don't know won't hurt me. If I am dating in like an older age, I'm not asking certain questions. I'm just worrying about making sure I get the things I need to get out of the deal. Making sure I'm having a good time, I'm having fun, it works, you know what I'm saying? You're listening, you're following directions. That's beneficial to me. But if that's not working, if that can't happen, then it's gonna be a problem at that point. So let me get y'all thoughts on this clip. The sex conversation was interesting. I think he is right though. Majority of women at over 30 is probably gonna have a pass, and it's one of them things where guys gonna have to accept if they don't think that's probably a thing. Are there rare situations? For sure. I mean, like I said, this ain't a one shoe fits all. Of course, it's the opposite out there, but we just talking about the dynamic that's usually going on right now. Make sure y'all like the video. I have this link in the description so y'all can watch it in its entirety. This your guy JayBReacts. Until next time, y'all. Peace.